Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm RetroNemo, and today we're breaking down another episode of the Amazing World of Gumball. As always, in this series, we take a closer look at the town of Elmore and find references and hidden Easter eggs you might have missed. Today's episode is The Cage. In this episode, their teacher, Mr. Corneille, vows to get back in the fighting cage in order to win the school money and impress the nurse. The school is low on funding and has to rent it out to a prison. However, his laid-back training style scares Gumball and Darwin, and they try to get him out of the fight. He ends up going to the fight and being absolutely destroyed. It's tragic, but a hilarious ending, which makes sense for Gumball. Naturally, though, this episode features a ton of Easter eggs and secrets, so let's get right into it. Looks like some people on the Gumball team might be fighting fans. I'm saying this because the entire fight Mr. Corneille enters is through the MMA. This, of course, is a direct, shameless parody of the sport MMA or mixed martial arts. MMA is the exact same as what's depicted in the episode, with both opponents entering a cage and beating the heck out of each other. The only difference I can think of is maybe their fights are a little more balanced. In the beginning of the episode, Gumball reacts very passionately and his face becomes giant and detailed with many accent lines, marks, and just basically, it's an over-the-top reaction. This type of giant-headed over-the-top reaction seems, again, very anime-esque. This is not unlike Gumball, which we've seen references to anime and Japanese culture countless times in the past. I mean, this is the same show that featured just a random Japanese man in a Sailor Moon outfit that exited on a rainbow. To say this reaction was made with anime in mind wouldn't be too far of a stretch. If we look in the background of the gym, we can see Elmore Junior High's mascot revealed. The words on the wall prominently tell us to root for the Elmore Ducks. Now, this isn't the most interesting thing to choose for a mascot, especially in the world where literal giants exist, but maybe they just like ducks. When Principal Brown talks about the school's lack of budget, he points to a can of Dippy String. This is a very obvious parody of the popular toy Silly String. I guess writers just wanted to avoid a lawsuit by slightly changing the name. Never seen that in a show before.
Where's my drink?
What drink?
My drink? My Diet Dr. Kelp?
In the background of one part of the episode, you can see a sticker that reads Elmore Fight Club. This could be a reference to the popular movie Fight Club, which has now become a staple of pop culture and more than a cult classic. Tons of parodies of this movie exist across pop culture, so we wouldn't be surprised if this was a subtle reference put in by the art department or maybe somebody on the writing team. Either way, this sticker breaks the first and most important rule of Fight Club. This is just sad. There are tons of references in the background of Mr. Corneille's office. The flags in the background seem to show basketballs, however the words on them appear to say Dodgers. The Dodgers are a Brooklyn baseball team, so the sign itself is kind of confusing. Maybe someone on the Gumball team just got confused themselves. When Mr. Corneille begins to train for the fight, they launch into a classic 80s style wrestling montage. Sadly, that's where the similarities end, as his training consists of him just sitting at a desk.
The tracksuit bar and dressing gown, try to relax, don't tie yourself.
However, the cheesy over-the-top rock music continues to play. It's a funny way of parodying the whole genre, and the boombox that sits on his desk fits the concept. Another thing in the background of Mr. Corneille's office is a poster, or rather a map. It reads State Map. Well, the state doesn't really look anyone I recognize, maybe Illinois, I'm not quite sure. Perhaps it's just meant to throw off any eagle-eyed viewer, like me. Elmore is confirmed to be in the state of California, and considering this map resembles nothing of California, it seems like it just might be a random background asset. Or maybe it's a secret to the whole series, who knows. Finally, we'll look at more secrets in Mr. Corneille's room. In the background on the bookshelf, you'll see several trophies. It's not clear what those mysterious trophies are. However, considering there's also a football on the shelf, the trophies could be for that. Maybe he played in the NFL or something. Or, sorry, the NFL. If you take a closer look at the book Mr. Corneille reads in his office, you'll see a familiar face on the back cover. It looks just like him. He's reading his own book to relax, or maybe a book about him. Either way, it's pretty vain. I would like to get my hands on that book though, that'd be an interesting read. And finally, this is a small little detail I noticed near the end of the video. When Corneille walks into the ring, he passes by the crowd. In the crowd, there's several familiar faces from the show. However, the one that's the most shocking to me is the appearance of Mrs. Parham, the overprotective mother of young Billy, featured in many previous episodes. She's known to be stuck up, very obnoxious, very judgmental towards others, but more than anything, just a posh, stuck-up mom. It's very interesting that she's at a cage fight. It kind of reveals that she has a little bit of a wild side. Anyways, it's just interesting to point out. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are some secrets and Easter eggs you might have missed in the episode of Gumball The Cage. As always, if there's anything we missed, let us know in the comments down below, 100%. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. As always, I'm RetroNemo, and I'll see you guys in the next breakdown.